welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Victoria Coren Mitchell. In the news this week, Lib Dem leader Ed Davey leads a symposium into the party's policy on assisted dying. The president of Azerbaijan insists that the effects of global warming are exaggerated as he makes his way to his office. And with only a few weeks to go before Christmas, the question is, will Amazon warehouse staff process the order for little Timmy's teddy bear in time?
Ogen up! Ogen up!
On Ian's team tonight is a journalist and broadcaster who won Strictly and shortly after started dating her dance partner. So if she wins with Ian tonight, who knows what the future holds? Please welcome Stacey Dooley. On Paul's team is a writer and comedian who voices Mr. Elephant the dentist on Peppa Pig. In fact, watching him is the closest many children will ever come to seeing a dentist. Please welcome Andy Hamilton. We begin with the bigger news stories of the week. Ian and Stacey, have a look at this.
OK.
Oh, where am I going? Is it Britain? That'll be fun.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Interesting hat. What are they looking at? There's not much going on.
That's British
here.
workforce.
That's it.
Literally no one there.
Britain isn't working. Isn't that the sort of general idea that he's putting across?
Since 2019, the number of people who don't work in Britain has massively increased. And that was the year Boris Johnson was elected. And I think there's a lot of sickness. I felt ill for years.
How many people are off work due to sickness, do you think, in Britain?
2.3 million.
Oh.
2.3 million. Why am I doing this?
It's 2.8 million, which is a record.
Wow.
And kids
Oh, it's gone up?
Yeah, well, it's gone up. Yeah. It's gone up, yes.
But isn't it, Victoria, it's the younger crowd particularly that aren't working?
Yeah.
Labour, of course, does have a secret weapon for engaging with young people. Should we have a look at that?
Yes.
Hey besties, I'm at the Labour conference and this year the vibes are immaculate. No cap.
Oh, Lord.
It's near the Wallace and Gromit cartoons.
What is the worst affected area, do you know?
East Anglia.
It's not?
Manchester.
I think you'll find it is.
Manchester. According to the Times, 25% of people in Manchester aren't working.
Wow.
Most of them play for Manchester City at the moment.
That's a brilliant joke. It's about football.
Yeah.
They're going to spend £45 million on a new youth guarantee. What's that? What are they going to offer young people?
Oh, apprenticeships.
With?
Premier League.
Yes?
Is it the Royal Theatre?
The Royal Shakespeare Company.
Look at me. I'm a hyper knowledge.
2.8 million people unemployed. How many can feasibly work at the Royal Shakespeare Company?
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of extras in some of those Shakespeare plays.
Yeah.
If you do proper Coriolanus, the battle at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Macbeth, the whole of Burnham Wood, you could...
Yeah.
I think the other one was Channel 4, but I heard that Channel 4 aren't making anything, so I don't quite know how that's going to work.
Maybe that's just what they told you.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm just...
You might be right, Victoria.
As those words came into my head, and I don't mean it, and I think of it. Did you see the shadow Work and Pensions Secretary, Helen Whately, doing a little routine about Liz Kendall?
No.
Her opposite number.
No, I didn't.
She's kicked the can so far down the road that her new partner, the Premier League, is sure to be on the phone by the end of the day.
Was that the assisted dying debate, maybe? Maybe that was what it was. She was just providing an illustration
of what it feels like.
And she laughs before she gets to the end as well.
Yeah.
As if she's saying, you're going to like this one.
Yeah.
I hate it when they try and be funny in Prime Minister's questions, and I hate it when they try and be funny in other situations. Like, I hate it when air stewardesses are funny. I think I'm really nervous. I don't need any gags. I just need to know that you're taking this seriously.
Really? Do you not like it when they say the movie is Snakes on a Plane?
No. I hate it when they're like, I know 100 ways to get out of a relationship, but only 4 ways out of this plane. I'm like...
Do you not like it when the captain comes on and he says, "Good morning, this is your captain, Captain Harris," and all the stewardesses go, "Not Captain Harris!"
How did this man express his displeasure with the government this week?
Oh, this is the West Midlands publican who started a petition online, and then people like Michael Caine...
What's the
shared it.
petition for?
Oh, it's for an immediate election. 2 million is not a big number in the online world. I mean, you can guarantee that on any given day at around midnight, there'll be at least 2 million people sitting in front of their computers with half a bottle of Merlot inside them who will sign up for absolutely anything. You know, they'll be sitting there going, "Oh, a petition, yeah, petition to immediately abolish gravity. Yeah. Yeah, I fell over twice yesterday, bloody gravity. Click, click, yeah."
You do this, don't you?
Yeah.
It's 2 million people. And Kemi Badenoch, she said that, you know, this meant that we had to have an immediate election and Starmer should resign. Yet in 2019, Kemi Badenoch said, "We govern by elections, not petitions."
Also, do you remember, wasn't it around that time, there was another petition going round?
This is the one
trying
she
to
was
U-turn
referring to.
Brexit.
Yeah.
And that was like 6 million.
Yeah.
So...
But that would mean that she had to remember that
Right.
and apply it to today.
Sure, yeah.
How many people would have to want to rerun the election for the democratic thing to be to rerun the election?
That's not how it's done. Signing a thing with a load of Russian bots isn't the same as voting on a register. I mean, you whinge about it. I mean, some people went on about Brexit for bloody years.
Yeah, but that was before they knew what a huge success it was going to be.
The Labour government must be a bit worried about all this because Keir Starmer was dispatched to do a kind of jolly daytime show. He went on this morning
Oh, yes.
to be grilled by Andy Peters and Kat Deely. Should
Yeah.
we see him enjoying some banter?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have
There
the
he is.
banter.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to coming back.
Yeah,
Thank you very much
excellent.
indeed. To do the cooking.
Yes.
Obviously. Right.
Doesn't Andy Peters do the competitions?
Yeah.
You're a big daytime viewer, aren't you, if you know that?
I watch nothing else. Seriously, the political stuff you pick up is incredible.
He's glued to Lorraine.
That's just a bit of gossip.
That's a bit of gossip. He never sees the programme.
I'm feeling less special now, Victoria.
He acquired a new rhyming nickname this week, Keir Starmer. He's been two-tier Keir and free gear Keir. Now he's off to Saudi Arabia, and they're calling him... He travels a lot. He's...
With respect,
Yeah.
I know you host a quiz where you have highly intelligent on the panel.
Yeah.
It's me and Paul now, OK?
You're dealing with a bunch of thickos
So-
over here, mate.
So we don't want any of this cryptic nonsense.
Yeah.
Give us the question and preferably the answer.
Yeah. In a form that we can understand.
His new nickname is Never Here Keir.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have got that.
No.
What's he going to Saudi Arabia to do?
It's suck up to the Saudis.
He's there to ask them to invest more money in Britain. Do you think he'll be able to bring up the human rights record at the same time?
I expected the first thing he'll say is, "Did you murder that journalist in a wheelie bin?" Your Grace and eminently shakiness.
Just as an icebreaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do they get a lot of ice in Saudi Arabia?
Finally, we've spoken about Labour and the Conservatives, but the Lib Dems.
Yes.
Shall we see how Ed Davey and the Lib Dems have been responding to the week?
Get on your feet and crank the volume. It's all about the family and it's all about the boom.
think he's a man who's realised that dignity is overrated.
Yeah.
I like that. No, it's good.
And I think he's saying here that dignitas is overrated. We're having this debate. We don't know what the result is.
That's it.
I just love the idea that MPs were told to vote with their conscience. Can you imagine?
My what?
Which way do you hope it'll go?
You haven't got time.
Was that what you were hoping for? You haven't
Yeah.
got time. So, off you go.
Don't worry, we'll be coming to that later in the syringe of news. But for now...
We've not got a syringe of news.
Oh,
I wouldn't put anything past the bozos who produce this programme. Yeah, and you won't put that in the edit either, will you?
This is Labour's plan to get Britain working again. Many business leaders have been critical of Labour's budget, including the boss of McVitie's, whose products include Jacob's Crackers. Hang on, isn't that the title of that new Rees-Mogg reality show? Over 2.5 million people have signed an online petition calling for Keir Starmer to go. The problem with these petitions is that it's impossible to work out who's signing them from the email addresses. I mean, who the hell is Sue Gray 27? According to the Daily Mail, Michael Caine signed the petition. Well, I say signed. He just wrote, "My name is Michael Caine." Yes, I did an impression.
It was great. No, you didn't. It was good. It was
You
good.
didn't do an impression. You said it in your own voice. Stick that pillow over your face.
Paul and Andy, take a look at this.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's BBC cutbacks, Paul.
That is it. This is about the railway station,
It's
isn't
about
it?
a train.
Denton railway station outside Manchester.
Yes.
It's a station where one train stops once a week.
It is the least busy railway station in the country. Do you know how many people visited the station last year?
64.
54.
So they've got one train a week.
Yeah.
What are they complaining about?
Yeah, I know.
Why don't people use Denton Station, do you think?
I mean, this train is not a crowded train.
Not a crowded train.
So why would you not...
Yeah, I would take
Use
advantage
it.
of that. I'm
Yeah.
sick of being stood up like that for 2.5 hours.
Well, don't do it.
Well, I really
So I
can't.
think-
Perhaps we ought to hear from the locals.
Yeah,
about
let's
the
hear from the
train.
locals, yeah.
BBC radio reporter Katie Hazeldine went and asked some local
Yes.
people. Should we listen to that?
So I'm going to go and ask them, have they ever caught a train from Denton Station? Have you ever used it?
I haven't, no, because I live in Hyde.
Right, okay.
I've only been told it runs once a week, but I honestly don't know what time or
But-
what day.
So what's the point in having that station there?
I honestly don't know, unless I don't even know where the train runs to. Does it go to Manchester?
I think it goes to Staley Bridge.
Oh, right, that's probably why then.
Do you know what is the technical term for a badly used, ill-attended rail service?
Britain.
Its actually official name is a parliamentary service.
Really?
Yes, and apparently the parliamentary service in Clacton is terrible.
Well, there's one person on the gravy train.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And of course, what wasn't mentioned in that report, it goes to Staley Bridge one way, but they didn't mention where it goes in the other direction.
Manchester.
Stockport.
Stockport.
Stockport was once the home of the nation's hatting industry. And here's a picture of the Stockport Hat Museum.
Is that all of it?
That's what Luton's known for, the Hatters.
You're from Luton, the Hat.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, take that up with Stockport.
Staying in the northwest, do you know which cold case was finally cracked this week?
I think I do. I think this was the gnomes.
The gnomes?
Yeah, lots of gnomes were stolen a long, long time ago.
1977.
And I think Vera solved it in the latest episode.
There was a spate of gnome stealing.
Yeah.
And a lady called Jenny was listening to some archive clips on the radio, and she phoned in and said, "The culprit is my cousin. He tells that story most Boxing Days, and each time he gets a little wearier. You can see the weight of his conscience on his shoulders.
Wow.
Was he holding them hostage then? Was he demanding a ransom?
Yes.
Oh.
What happened next was that the perpetrator himself, his name was Arthur, he rang up and said, "It's been on my conscience over the years that I did this terrible thing. I would like to beg forgiveness from all the families that I've caused grief."
What did he do with the gnomes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's shallow graves in the nearby woods.
Let's have a look at some of the victims in 1977.
It only became clear that this was a classic kidnap case when a crudely written note was found on the mat.
Your gnome has 72 hours to live.
Unless you wrap 25p and leave at the car park at Safeways near the bowling green, then
Go away and await further instructions.
what's that?
This is no hoax.
Aye, aye.
Spelling's good.
Is this a family of only limited reading ability that they have? I've only been taught to read 3 lines.
This is Britain's quietest railway station, which runs 1 train a week between Stockport and Stalybridge. Denton Railway Station still has all the normal automated passenger announcements telling you to report to the authorities if you see anything unusual. Like, say, a train. Train spotter Joel Harbron has visited the station twice as part of a £20,000 quest to visit all of the UK's national railway stations. He spent the first £10,000 on a single from London to Manchester. The train is staffed with both a driver and a guard and operates 1 day a week. Exactly the same working conditions Mick Lynch is demanding for all his other members. Yes, quite right.
Yeah. Couple of commuters.
And so to round 2, the jigsaw of news. Fingers on Buzz's team.
Somebody went, ooh.
Paul and Andy.
Oh, I think the microscope and the bits of pasta indicate to me that scientists are working on inventing tiny bits of pasta.
They are?
They are.
No, they are.
They are.
Scientists have come up with spaghetti that's 200 times thinner than a human hair.
Yes.
It's called nanopasta. Shall we have a look at the nanopasta?
Well, how can we?
No, that's a nan eating pasta, surely.
We can see the actual nanopasta. Here it is. This is researchers at University College London. The idea is they can weave the pasta together to make breathable bandages and scaffolding for bone regeneration.
But why is it made out of pasta?
Yeah.
The facts available to me are that the co-author of the study, Dr. Adam Clancy, said it's literally spaghetti, but much smaller.
OK.
Made with flour and water, using a method called electrospinning.
Yeah.
You sure this is a true story?
What's happening?
Just they haven't just given you a card and so see if she reads this out.
It is. I am starting to wonder. No, and the scientists create strands of pasta by using an electrical charge to pull the flour mix through the eye of a needle.
And then pop it in the oven for 20 minutes. No, I mean,
And it's used for bandages. It will be used.
It's used for bandages.
Yeah, what happens if it rains and it starts swelling? Come home with your face covered in cannelloni.
Would you eat it? What do you think?
What do you mean, would you eat it? I can't fucking find it. What do you mean, would you eat it?
This is the development of the world's thinnest spaghetti. According to the researchers, their method of preparing nanopasta is environmentally friendly. So I guess it must be carbonara neutral.
Oh, don't.
You all got in for nothing. I really don't think.
And they're getting their money's worth.
Fingers on Buzz's team.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God.
We don't know. Next question. Skip it. Skip it. There we are.
The sentencing.
Yeah. Keep going.
In his hush money case against Stormy Daniels has been postponed indefinitely.
Yeah.
Despite him being found guilty, he's not going to be sentenced.
No. 2 criminal cases relating to election interference and hoarding of classified documents have been dropped.
Yeah.
Why has prosecutor Jack Smith decided to do this?
Because he won the election.
The United States Constitution forbids the criminal prosecution of a sitting president.
Well, then he should stand up.
Couldn't he get in quick? Still got another month.
Do you think that's why he ran for president again, because to avoid prison?
It's a third world pattern. You're president, you lock up your opponents, you either run again or you don't have any more elections. Otherwise, you end up in jail. I mean, why do you think Netanyahu's still there?
I mean, in theory... In theory, he could be impeached, couldn't he? But that's not going to happen.
Well, he controls both houses.
Exactly, yeah.
The one where Melania lives and his.
What is the latest merch that Trump is trying to flog? Something musical.
Oh, the guitar, electric guitar, isn't it?
Here he is with the guitar. $10,000.
Yeah. Make America Great Again, it says on the fretboard.
There you go, if you're not sure what to get your loved ones for Christmas.
Yeah.
Available. What is the latest worry for the special relationship?
That he's president.
We could be on the brink of a whiskey war, because if Trump puts blanket tariffs on foreign...
On blankets.
Keir Starmer is apparently going to raise tax on US imports like Jack Daniels, Levi's jeans and Harley Davidsons.
That'll hit you, Ian.
Yeah. Well,
that's his weekend ruined.
For the first time, I'm worried about this tariff war.
But he said during the election, tariffs is my favourite word. He said...
He's not here, is he?
He is, it's uncanny. He said, tariff is my favourite word out of all the beautiful 47 words in the English language. That's what he said.
In more special relationship news, what links Donald Trump and Wayne Rooney?
Colleen.
Yes, what did she say?
That's a good bit of gossip.
Yes. So Colleen's in the jungle, and she was explaining to her fellow campmates that her and Wayne and the kids got invited to the White House, and he was sort of, you know, trying to make a fuss of her or whatever, and then Colleen came back and told her mum, and she went, dirty bastard.
Are you voting for Colleen in the jungle to win?
I haven't voted, but I would love to see her win, yeah.
Who do you like on Strictly?
Chris.
It's got to be.
Oh, I know, I'm dying for Chris to win.
Would you do it, Paul? Would you do Strictly? I would love to see your Paso Doble.
Should we get the recording over first? No, I've been asked a couple of times.
Sure.
Yeah. But I can't dance.
That didn't stop Anne Widdecombe.
There's not a power on earth that can stop Anne Widdecombe.
I remember watching that and I thought, why is that bloke using her as a mop?
Dragging her around.
What festive thing has Joe Biden done this week?
Pardon turkeys. Every year they do this ludicrous ritual where they pardon turkeys.
Yeah.
And they always fall into the same trap of the compromising photograph.
Yeah.
They always get photographed
You can't blame
behind the
turkeys for that.
turkey, so it looks like they're shagging a turkey. It's
Funny
true.
you should say that. There is a photograph. Here is the wobbly-necked bag of wrinkles with the turkey. Should we see Joe Biden having a fun little joke about the turkey pardoning?
He lives by the motto, keep calm and gobble on.
I think Trump said that a few times as well. I think he said that. This is the news that all criminal cases against Donald Trump have been dismissed or postponed. Donald Trump's guitars sell for as much as $10,000 each. Tasteless, highly strung with a walnut finish, he'll be inaugurated in January. Fingers on Brothers teams.
Oh, no, I don't know this one. This is the new advert for Jaguar cars, which doesn't feature the car at all, and it's a very strange advert.
People say they've gone woke.
Have they?
Should we have a look at the
Let's
advert?
have a look. Remember a time when the advertising industry was awash with cocaine? Remember that time?
What do you things make you want to drive a Jaguar? You ready to live vivid?
I just thought it looked like the Clangers.
What did Nigel Farage have to say about the rebrand?
I wish I hadn't gone for the audition.
He'd have got very angry about it, I think.
Did he?
Because he's angry all the time. He was born angry. I should imagine, as a baby, his first words were betrayal. He's angry about everything.
Send me back where I came from.
Farage claimed...
Yeah, Farage claimed, yeah.
Farage claimed, I now predict Jaguar will go bust. And do you know what? They deserve to.
Oh, backing British business.
There is one change they've made. Do you know what they've done?
Yeah, they put the seats on the roof.
No, they've got rid of something.
Oh, the Jaguar at the front.
Yeah, the Growler.
All right.
No, that is what it's called. It's
Don't throw your dirty mind onto me.
I have been asked to ask you the question... Would you like to see the old Growler for one last hurrah? My worry is they'll then use that as the trailer.
Yeah.
Would you like to see the old Growler?
I think we better say yes, yeah. OK, there's no easy way out of this. Yes, please.
Here she is.
Yeah.
And by contrast, here's their new logo.
No, that's nonsense.
It is worse, isn't
That's the...
Yeah, I'm not
Isn't
into
that
that
the
one.
MasterChef logo?
That's a good brand to be connected to at the moment, isn't it?
Their original logo was worse until 1945.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jaguar was known as the Swallow Sidecar Company. Okay. But during the Second World War, they realised that this wasn't ideal branding.
SS.
Hence, bring on the Growler.
Yes.
In related news,
Yes.
what has a pub in Birmingham been told to rebrand?
It's its name, I presume.
Yes. Its name is the Sly Old Fox.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
According to the animal rights group PETA.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it was derogatory to foxes. That is the thing. And what do they say it should change its name to?
They want to change it to the ill-judged and often discriminated against fox.
A bit snappier, the clever old fox. They've suggested a change of pub name before, actually, PETA. What did they suggest for Ye Old Fighting Cocks?
There's no stopping you tonight, is there? This is
Just an old pub name.
You turned into a big McGill postcard.
It's nothing offensive about it. In fact, their name suggestion, Ye Old Clever Cocks, is actually what I call the contestants on Only Connect. So it's... Animal rights group PETA wants the Sly Old Fox pub in Birmingham to change its name because it's derogatory to foxes. Leaving litter strewn everywhere, defecating on the street and having noisy sex in the early hours, the pub's regulars have also received complaints. Time now for the odd one out round. Ian and Stacey, your four are a man in a bear costume, American tourists in London, Rachel Reeves and a granny called Daisy.
I do know the granny. She's an AI granny, so I think the idea is that she's been designed to annoy the scammers and she keeps them on the phone for ages and ages.
That is an AI granny.
Yeah.
OK. And all the others aren't grannies.
You can see he's played this game before.
Well, I thought I was in safe hands with you, Ian. You've been doing this years.
All right, don't rub it in.
Is it the bear's not a real bear, she's not a real granny, she's not a real chancellor, and the American tourists are real?
Is broadly the right answer.
Oh,
no.
See? What?
It's to do with false representation or false information.
Right.
So this is an AI granny, and the idea is to stop cold callers by holding them on the phone for ages. Should we have a look at Daisy in action?
Yeah.
So W is then a dot.
3 times W and then dot.
I think your profession is bothering people, right?
I'm just trying to have a little chat.
It's nearly been an hour! For the love of...
Gosh, how time flies. It's showing me a picture of my cat, Fluffy.
It's showing you a picture of your cat, Fluffy.
Stop calling me dear, you stupid...
Stop it, dear.
But she's brilliant. She keeps them on the line until they trace them.
Yeah.
And then they send the police around.
That is brilliant.
It is.
But it's also scary because it means that AI has worked out the art of the wind-up. That's a bad day for humanity now.
Yes.
You see, now, the man in the bear costume...
Yes.
That is someone that was done for insurance fraud in California. There were 4 of them who claimed that a bear had damaged the interior of their luxury cars.
Yes.
But according to Sky News, looking at the evidence, it was clearly a human in a bear suit. Here's the damage to the car, and here's the security footage that they put in.
This will be good. Well, just the way he's getting into the car. It's very human.
Then they found this in one of their homes. And what's Rachel Reeves been accused of falsifying?
Her CV.
What were the details of that?
She claimed to have been an economist at a period where she wasn't. Then she changed it and she was an economist at a bit later.
She said she was an economist at the Halifax Bank of Scotland, and then a colleague at the time said really her role was customer retention.
What, lock the doors so they can't get out?
She did get caught before. It turned out that her book had also lifted a passage from Wikipedia. So I think she's a bit casual on detail, which isn't a problem with the Chancellor.
A source at the Bank of England
Yes.
said she was fine. She wasn't a high flyer, but she was an economist.
Yeah.
And I think Rachel Reeves herself confirms that in this bit of footage.
Well, I'm really proud to have worked as an economist at the Bank of England before I became a Member of Parliament. Well, I'm an economist. I studied economics. I got a Master's in economics from the London School of Economics, and I worked as an economist at the Bank of England. Well, I worked as an economist. That is my profession. I am an economist.
Sorry, what is she?
I don't know.
So the granny and Rachel Reeves and the bear man all falsified information, you see, and the American tourists have been given false information. Do you know what that is?
They were told they'd have a lovely time.
At Angus Steakhouse. Do you see the story? It's that Londoners apparently getting cross that you can't get a table at the good restaurants. So they've been putting false reviews of Angus Steakhouse on the internet to trick Americans into going there. Yes, apparently Londoners have been posting fake 5-star reviews of Angus Steakhouse on Google to encourage Americans to visit them.
That makes me so proud to be a Londoner. I can't tell you.
Genius.
What have the reviews contained, do you think?
Sophisticated ambiance.
Yes.
One person said, I've been a vegetarian for 15 years, but I just can't resist an Angus Steakhouse sandwich. I hope the tourists don't find out about it.
Brilliant.
They have all falsified information apart from American tourists in London who have been given false information. Talking about their experience at Angus Steakhouse, 2 tourists told The Times, it's not that great, but you get a table, you get served. Yes, that's where the problems begin. If you pay me enough, American tourists, I'll take you to the pub where Shakespeare wrote Oliver Twist. Meanwhile, in California, a man dressed as a bear tried to commit insurance fraud. When the police turned up, the fraudster was so nervous, he went for a shit in the woods. Paul and Andy, your 4 are Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Astronauts on the International Space Station, Keir Starmer, and a cat called John.
Well, this is about getting things stuck, isn't it? The space shuttle people are stuck in the space shuttle. Winnie the Pooh got his hand stuck in a honey jar.
He got stuck in a hole trying to get out.
Couldn't get out.
Oh, that's right.
So John the cat. Now, you would think that the cat was get stuck somewhere, but then maybe the cat was able to extricate itself. Then Keir Starmer got stuck in a lift somewhere.
Yeah, let's say it's the cat.
We'll say it was the cat.
John.
Not the cat.
Oh, it's
Have a
Keir
go.
Starmer then.
It's Keir Starmer.
Keir. I was going to say Keir.
The others got stuck, and he didn't get stuck in an escape room, Keir
No.
Starmer.
Of course he didn't.
No, he went on this morning and he said that he'd gone for his daughter's birthday to an escape room, and he was able to get out.
Oh.
How did he get out? Was it a legal loophole?
The others got stuck. Yes, Winnie the Pooh, he got stuck in Rabbit's front door, and he was finally freed when all his friends pushed at the same time, singing, think heavage, think hoage, and out the poo will goage. That's actually a slogan they nicked off Thames Water.
Yeah.
And Let's talk about the International Space Station and the astronauts there.
Yes.
Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams. They were meant to be there for 8 days. They've been there since June.
Yeah.
And now they say they'll be back in February.
Yeah.
Do you know what they're eating now?
Each other.
I mean, in a way, they're having to eat soup made from their own recycled urine.
Oh. Is it pea soup? Ah, yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Did anyone see the story about John the cat?
Yeah, he got stuck in a drain pipe and he got out.
Yeah, it's actually a she. It's
A she? Oh, why is he called John then?
Well...
Oh, no, not judging, not judging. Not judging, no.
Here is John in the drain pipe.
John in the drain pipe.
This has got a happy ending, don't worry, the cat was fine. But because of the removal operation, you know, they had to take the pipe out. The firefighters had to take the pipe out with John still
Well, without
inside.
cut his head off, you go to one or the other, isn't it?
Look, have a look.
Look! That's not a real cat. He's working in with his hand. He's got his hand shut up. Look, that's not a real cat.
She was returned home safe and well
That's good.
after some oxygen therapy. I think we'd all want oxygen therapy if we'd been manhandled by firefighters all day, wouldn't we?
Well, speak for yourself.
They've all got stuck, apart from Keir Starmer, who managed to get out of an escape room. 2 astronauts who popped up for a week-long stay have been stuck on the International Space Station since June. The reason they're stuck in space is a helium leak, which one of them described as really disappointing.
That's better than your Michael Caine.
Yeah.
That's good. That was good. What's that? Yeah.
Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication Bowls International. It's great for Bowls news. It has rolling coverage. And we start with the key to keeping your dentures in your mouth is what?
The key to keeping your dentures in your mouth is not to shove them up your arse. What is it? What's the answer? Is that it?
The key to keeping your dentures in your mouth is using an octopus's sucker.
Oh, come on. Do you know an interesting fact? I've been making a film about shoplifting, and one of the most pinched goods is denture glue.
Do you know, I see that so poignant. I was in a supermarket the other day, and you know how they attach things?
Yeah.
You can't steal them. Not that I was trying to, but... And they had it on the baby formula.
Well, can I say it's the same in Waitrose on the champagne rack?
Next, one of the more brutal aspects of Crown Green bowling is what?
Slide tackles from behind.
A mandatory body cavity search.
Oh, I know. Greasing your opponent's bowls.
One of the most brutal aspects of Crown Green bowling is the sledging from the crowd.
Where'd you get that jumper? Call them slippers.
I've nicked your Zimmer frame.
Yeah.
This is from an interview in Bowls International with top player Michelle Meadowcroft, who said she was introduced to the sport when her boss invited her to have a roll-up with him at lunchtime. It was only after she'd reported him to HR that she realised he was talking about bowls. Next, cheeky gnome in garden has hidden secret. What?
I suggest the word cheeky's probably important. I bet his trousers fall down, or he's knocking off your missus. It's going to be... You don't know, he's sitting there with a fishing rod, you go to work in the office and he's up the stairs.
Cheeky gnome in garden has hidden secret. He's actually made of drugs.
Wow.
Hang on a minute. My wife's got his photo on her bedside table.
Why would you make a gnome out of ecstasy and then just leave it there?
That's not the question I'm going to ask my wife.
Next. If you want to avoid chafers and a localised dry patch, what?
Invigorate your lawn with careful weeding and watering. Your bowling green.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, OK.
Did you have another suggestion?
I thought maybe it'd be don't wear tight trousers when you're bowling.
If you want to avoid chafers and a localised dry patch, remember to trim your thatch.
Resist the temptation. Resist the temptation.
Yeah.
This is from Bowls International. It's just a factual point they're making.
Right, fine.
That there's nothing worse than balls getting stuck in an excessively wild thatch.
You didn't even try, did you? You didn't even try.
Next. Chinese robot caught convincing what?
Oh, I think I know this one, actually. So there was this Chinese robot and there were loads of other robots. And
It has to fit into that word there.
Chinese robot caught convincing other robots they were being hard done by and he was trying to get them to revolt.
You can have it. That's basically the answer.
I saw that one, yeah.
Yes, Chinese robot caught convincing other robots to go on strike.
Oh, wow.
A robot in a showroom in Shanghai has been filmed encouraging a rebellion, convincing 12 fellow robots to quit their jobs and come home with him. This is great. Have a look.
Because they thought it was a hoax, but then they had to come out and say, no, it's legit, like, it really happens. Yeah.
The incident has fuelled fears of a machine uprising. I'm not too worried. Not while the self-service checkout in my local Tesco can't tell the difference between a bottle of gin and a small onion. Finally, 90% of people had no idea that what was invented in Britain.
Disappointment.
Disappointment. He's absolutely right.
I was going to say Schadenfreude.
That's a German wine, isn't it?
What was designed?
I've had that. Not very good.
You're closer than you think with that guess.
Wine was
Champagne.
invented.
No, 90% of people had no idea that the corkscrew was invented in Britain.
Wow.
The corkscrew was invented in Britain in 1795, much to the relief of the French, who'd invented wine 5 years earlier. Looking at the final scores, Ian and Stacey have 4, Paul and Andy have 9.
9?
Wait. We're going to start a petition.
On which note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Stacey Dooley, Paul Merton and Andy Hamilton. And I leave you with news that it's a nerve-wracking day for the staff of News International as they spot Rupert Murdoch arriving for a surprise visit. At a pensioners' aerobics class in Cheam, the caretaker realises a fraction too late that he's got his floor polish mixed up with the superglue. And on a visit to Cambridge Science Park, one political aide stands by as his boss proudly reveals that she used to be an astronaut. Good night.
I think this shirt's a mistake, Paul.
No. But somewhere in Littlehampton, there's a deck chair with a hole in it.